Czechoslovakia. It's like going into Wisconsin.
Well, I got the shit kicked out of me in Wisconsin once. Forget it.
What's it been, 2 months since I did an extremely late segment on the HROT demo? And now it's out on early access, the entirety of episode 1, and I said that this game was more chasm than chasm, which seems like a poor assessment of it now that I have all of episode 1, even if it feels like it's something directly out of 1997 due to the custom engine, written in Pascal, created for the express purpose of emulating old software-rendered games of the past like Quake and Chasm. And there's a bit of Dusk here too, just a tiny bit. Oh, of course, this takes place in the 1980s in Prague, before it was a place with generous tax incentives for film production, when it was Czechoslovakia. But before communism fell and the country had a peaceful revolution that deposed the communist government, called the Velvet Revolution by Czechs, and the Gentle Revolution by Slavics. Look, a lot of mistakes were made after World War I, and after all the fallout from that, it's nice to see a place that didn't tear itself apart in some kind of bloody civil war. You guys caught up? Good, because this game is bananas. It takes place in 1986, and it is quite brown. Very, very brown. Described by New Blood chief of memes, doggos, and bouncing Czechs Dave Oshry as Slav Dusk. It's not even a New Blood game and they're signal boosting it because it is good, and its goodness is related to game feel. That sweet spot for retro FPS games that's hard to describe and I imagine even harder to design. There are currently 1,000 retro FPS games on Steam that don't get it right, but that's not important. What is important is clearing up the name of this thing. HROT.
HROT. HROT. HROT. HROT.
HROT defies a direct translation. Think of it as like a spike or the tip of a spear. Now that we've cleared that up...
HROT.
I've been recording the voiceover for this. I could be getting HROT correct or incorrect. I don't know. It is what it is. Katie'll fix it in post. You ever take footage of a game you're gonna make a video for?
People aren't like you, Civvie.
Shut up! You ever take footage for a game on your YouTube channel that almost secretly uses the ad revenue to fund extra legal activities under the Nevada desert and then it gets updated and stuff changes like a lot? Happen to me, it can happen to you. So now that we're fully updated, I can do my third playthrough of episode 1, which I started on normal because the last time I played this game it was harder. We've still got some setup to go through here. Don't ask me how this resolution slider works. I'm guessing this is an in-progress thing because it doesn't do anything, and with my ultra-wide monitor capturing the game, I had to set the desktop to not ultra-wide, so then it recorded like this instead of like this. I'm seriously considering just throwing the ultra-wide monitor out for how much trouble it causes me. It would be less of a pain in the ass to strap 2 4x3 monitors to my face. Oh, no, I see. If you turn the resolution all the way up, it looks like this. And if you turn it all the way down, it looks like this. The ultimate duty and honor of every citizen is to defend the homeland and its socialist establishment. Pass. Although I get the feeling I'm defending the homeland from commie zombies or something. We'll kind of get into that towards the end of the episode. It's hard to pin down the exact feeling of what makes a good one of these retro throwbacks, but I think it has to do with the impactfulness of the weapons. Mostly good here, although the shotgun sounds a little weak and would do more damage at medium to long range if you threw it at enemies. Also secrets, I haven't found all of them in this episode yet, some are pretty well hidden, and a bunch of cracks in the wall that require explosives. And there's still secrets. Don't go down the railroad tracks looking for secrets. I tried this and I just kept getting electrocuted. What do we have here? A wife beater for 50 points of armor. They get this shipped in from Jersey? Oh! Like in the demo, the health comes in semi-skimmed milk for 15, and there's 2 other ones that can overcharge you past 100. Medkits. Yeah, medkits are the super health pickup, worth 50, and cans of blood and fat, which I'm surprised to learn isn't a British delicacy. Gross. So, do I drink this? Do I eat the chunks? I don't understand how this works. You won't see many medkits, so it's either blood and fat cans for 5 points or semi-skim milk for 15 points. And even those are rarer than you'd expect from this kind of game. HROT is trying to say something about Soviet scarcity, or it just wants to challenge the player, either way. Before you even leave the first area, you can stock up on weapons. Pistol, shotgun, SMG. You start with 1 grenade, which is conveniently bound to the right mouse button instead of an alt fire. I actually really enjoy having the grenade button there, and since you're always picking up grenades, it removes the need for a grenade launcher, but you will find a rocket launcher that uses the grenades in this level too. Not even hidden. And landmines, which I barely used, but they work fine. The explosives seem to light enemies on fire, which I don't remember from the demo. I wanted to complain about the SMG reloading and having no ammo counter for what's in the magazine, but then they removed the reloading. The pistol still reloads, but there's no key for reloading. You press the number key, which in this case is 2, and it reloads. The pistol is the only weapon in the game that reloads now. And the way the shotgun racks a shell, let me go and Google this just in case some douche in the comments is like, but Civvie, the shotgun is supposed to do that. In Soviet Russia, shotgun racks you as Chasm reference action forms. Good, yes? Your eyes do not deceive you, at least not with the HUD weapons. They are Morphe Vertex animations by the look of them. Let's see here. Lenin, Comrade Lenin, Eternal Lenin lives. Lenin lives. Lenin is to live forever.
Must crush capitalism.
Oh yeah, this game is 100% about commie zombies. Zombies. Combies? Zombines? You'll be going around levels finding keys, gold, silver, and rusty. Because of the somewhat limited palette, you may confuse the rust with blood, an easy mistake to make. And if you get lost, there's an auto map, a thing you just don't see enough of anymore. You know, there's stuff I feel like I need to explain, like the title of the episode, Kiss Me Gustav, referring to a thing where the secretary of the Communist Party in Czechoslovakia, Gustav Huzák, pictured here, I guess there was this infamous kiss between him and Leonid Brezhnev, meaning that all of you have to stop calling me a fucking boomer because I had to look all of this up. The brownness of it all, too. You might assume it's all a riff on Quake, which I would disagree with. To an extent, Quake was brown by necessity. HROT is more brown for the purposes of atmosphere, which is fine, but you don't get the full effect by looking at it, so here's some ambience. It's eerie, right? And it's actually really effective. So far you may have noticed the gas mask soldiers, the rats, the ogres, all the stuff from the demo. Most of the enemies are from the demo, and the demo level itself shows up later in the episode with a few improvements and new weapons. Now the shotgunner enemy is what was giving me most trouble before. You can kind of see why. They take 2 shotgun blasts to go down, and that's at point blank, while also cutting your health down significantly. And they're common starting in level 2. You know what else is common in level 2 that I'm going to talk about all at once? Oh, what's that? Sewage treatment plant? Oh, you bet that's +5. Oh, wait, no, I already counted this one in the demo. It's not all sewers, but it's a lot of sewers. Plenty of cool little interactive things, too. A Russian nesting doll here, toilets. Wow, a washing machine, and whee! I got an achievement for this, whee! You can ride a motorcycle too. It's not the best idea because you can control better on foot and have guns. I think the only real jank stuff I can find here is stuff like the railings that you can walk right through. Not jump over, walk through. The enemies can basically do this too, and they'll surprise you when they jump up from a lower area to come at you. Something you don't really expect from the enemy AI in a retro shooter. The game expects you to do some platforming with a weak jump, which is unfortunate. I just want to get over to that medkit, but this gorilla statue's in the way. This very familiar looking gorilla. Just get out of my— oh, what the fuck?
I'm gonna tear your heart out, you fucking monkey.
Odd choice having to shoot a boss before it starts attacking you, but I guess that makes some sense. You platform over here and have to get the med kit. You take the other route and— bam, that's right. Dos pistolas. 11 out of 10. If you thought the rocket monkey was confusing, I don't know what to tell you about the pig spitters. These all have weird names I'm not even going to try with, except the shotgunners. You're messing around in the sewage treatment plant, which is the 3rd level, and we've already done the gag, but there are outdoor parts, and oh, did you not expect the bulldozer to come to life? That's not even the most dangerous vehicle in this room. They send choppers in, and all these guys, and it's a good fight. The basic mechanics and combat of HROT are pretty solid. I don't know if the bulldozer is a boss or not. I know there's a boss at the gym in the next level, and these guys... they're like the regular soldiers, but they teleport unless you one-hit them or something. The next boss sneaks up on you. You won't be expecting it, because it's an inanimate object. I forgot to mention, in a secret you could find this lightning gun, which does exactly what you think it would. Ammo's pretty scarce for it, and it eats through it pretty quick, so how do you fix that? Outstanding. It even discharges in water, too. The lightning gun is a big brother that was introduced in the latest patch that I'm only finding in this playthrough inside of a secret in this subway area I couldn't find a good way to access before. I pushed a trash can over before I was going to push over a table, but the tables couldn't leave the culture palace because of Soviet oppression. The BFG of the KGB. It's got a wind-up and the projectile is slow enough to easily miss what you're aiming at, and it uses 80 of your hard-earned cells. The next thing really took me by surprise, because it wasn't in here before. That's a double-barreled shotgun. It's perfectly reasonable to expect it in a retro FPS game, but it wasn't here in the last update. No. Please leave a comment telling me that there was a Czechoslovakian super shotgun that violated the Pauli exclusion principle. Introducing the double-barreled shotgun completely borks the balance of this game. The shotgunners from before are one thing, they're easily jibbed now. The ogre guys, also one shot. The kamikazes with explosive barrels that I didn't mention until right now, even their explosive barrel gets jibbed. Cuts the difficulty in half, everything just kinda dies now. Remember our friend the gas mask horse? Well, he's one hit by the lightning ball. Oh, no, not... Oh, God damn it. Katie, zoom in. And also one hit by the lightning if he's in water. He is not one hit by the double-barreled shotgun, but it's still a bit stronger than it needs to be. And that's me saying that. Granted, it's a little early to say what the future enemies in future episodes will look like, but it's like night and day after playing the episode through a couple of times without it. I thought I was picking up the Hussite handgun again, which is yet another weapon that probably has the rarest ammo so far, and it kinda acts like a flat cannon. You know, except it's less powerful and has no ammo lying around. At the end, spoilers, here are spoilers for this weird game. The boss of episode 1 is the reanimated corpse of Czechoslovakian communist leader Klement Gottwald on spider legs, who isn't very hard when you've been hoarding lightning ammo and have several OP weapons. Oh, and also if you go into this secret right before his arena with a lightning gun. At the time of writing this, a new update dropped and messed some of the things up, but I'm sure it'll be worked out. HROT is still a pretty good time. Just let me go check the Steam page, see if it got updated again. Oh, that monkey is going to pay.